place when you can so we can go over it. To remain dry for a while. We will update you if the outlook changes. Of fuel remaining.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three. A Ferrari, Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
Guess who made the gossip columns this morning? Everyone's talking about this new rival you have. Check his stats out. Hi, how are you? I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
It's qualifying time at Spa, one of the mightiest tracks on the Formula One calendar. Long straights, up and downhill, Eau Rouge as well. This track isn't for the faint-hearted. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on in the corners and max out down the straights?
The teams will have arrived with all manner of parts designed to capitalise on the long straights. The cars will be that much harder to drive in the corners, but everyone will be in the same boat.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are a Ferrari, Vettel and Nico Rosberg. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Hey, how are you? I have some information on the race goals you should keep in mind.
In the 48 races held at Spa between 1950 and 2015, the race winner has only started from pole position on 16 occasions. Qualifying yesterday may have set the order for today, but expect the unexpected here at the Belgian Grand Prix. As the saying goes, of course, anything can happen. And you know what? It usually does. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high-quality racing as well. Simply put it, there really is no place quite like Spa. Anthony Davidson is alongside me in the commentary box to take you through all the action today. Now, it's a closely matched field here in Spa, Ant, so where do you think we're going to see somebody make a difference?
If they're as close as we're expecting them to be, especially through the midfield, then being able to keep the front tyres in good condition could make the difference. You always lose a chunk of downforce at the front when you're in the turbulent air of another car, which tends to cause understeer, which in turn causes front tyre degradation. Now, too much damage there could force an early pit stop and put you at a slight disadvantage, so the drivers will want to be careful not to be too aggressive early on in the Grand Prix.
Okay, remember to brake early for turn 1, as the pack's going to bunch up. There's plenty of runoff if things get too close.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. It's Ferrari in pole position then, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Rosberg, Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Massa, Perez, Hülkenberg, and Fernando Alonso, Button, Bottas, Carlos Sainz, and Wehrlein, Grosjean, Haryanto, Esteban Gutierrez, and Jolyon Palmer, Kvyat, and Magnussen. Marcus Ericsson and Felipe Nasser starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
excess fuel, we have extra fuel to burn. It should be a few laps at least before you start feeling too many tyre issues. They seem in good condition for the time being. Your brakes are in the optimum temperature zone. The fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. This is your final lap of the race. Superb driving. That's the race win.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Our current points leader extends their lead at the top of the championship after a very good result here today. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Probably Danny Kvyat. The young Russian has a lot to live up to, and I think he did just that today.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time, though, goodbye.
Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
Welcome to the north of Italy, where today's practice session is about to start for this weekend's Italian Grand Prix. One of the most famous corners here at Monza is the Variante del Rettifiglio, the first corner chicane. It's been the scene of so many first-lap incidents over the years, and I think the teams will be holding their breath, hoping that they make it through that corner cleanly at the start today.
This is such a tricky corner to find the right braking point for. You approach it around 220 miles per hour down the main straight, then scrub off 170 miles per hour in just over 100 meters. It's very easy, therefore, to overshoot and end up driving through the escape road.
I've had a chat with Chris about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck,